Yes guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Toby Raison, and in today's video we've got our 10,000 subscriber special. Yeah, that's right guys, just before Christmas we managed to smash 10,000 subscribers. I can't thank you all enough. Best Christmas present I could have asked for, so yeah, I really appreciate that. All of your support has been absolutely amazing over the last couple of weeks. So in celebration of my 10,000 subscriber milestone, I sent out a Q&A on my Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is just up there, as you can see, at Toby Raison. Make sure you go drop a follow because there's always behind the scenes on there of all my YouTube stuff, and also if I ever put out any Q&As or anything like that in the future, you can be the ones to ask the questions. So make sure you go and give that a follow. You guys sent in hundreds of questions and I've rattled them down into the best ones that I think are going to get down into the nitty gritty of all the things that you guys want to know. Yes guys, so before we carry on, this video is actually sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball is a free footballing app that you can get on the App Store or on the Google Play Store if you're on Android. So you can follow your favourite team from any country or any league, for example my team, Ipswich Town, and if you turn on notifications you'll get all of the latest news, all of the goal updates for your team. You also get all of the latest videos, highlights, and as well as that you can see all of the latest transfer rumours. So OneFootball has got everything that you need to stay up to date with all the latest news, goals, interviews, everything. So make sure you go and download the OneFootball app guys, there's a link in my description that you can use. Let's carry on with the video. So let's just jump straight into it. Was your dad any good at football? Well, let's roll the clip. I'll let you decide for yourself on that one. So the question we got here is from Ben Pollock, who's one of my teammates at Hereford. How do you do versus the Hereford players at two-touch? Well, if I've got my head intact, I can put in a decent performance. Head lost, gone, I'm out of the game, that's for sure. But there's only one thing I've got to say on two-touch at Hereford. There's a one player that's absolutely way ahead of everybody else. And that's Sarge. Alex, the analyst, absolute goat at two-touch at Hereford. That's all I'm going to say. Favourite stadium you've played at? So for me, the favourite stadium I've played at is at Fratton Park, the Portsmouth Stadium. I played there last year in the FA Youth Cup for the under-18s at Hereford. Unfortunately we lost the game, but it was a great experience. And obviously it used to be a Premier League stadium as well, so just a great pitch that I really enjoy playing on. Question from Riley, what is the biggest setback that you've had? I would say definitely getting released from Hereford at a young age. Question from Kareem, how did you feel when the manager was putting you in the starting 11 in pre-season? It was a really good feeling. I had a good couple of weeks, first training sessions of pre-season this year, and the fact that the manager put trust in me to go out there, start the games, and I thought I did quite well as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was just a great feeling to be playing for my local club. We had lots of questions about which team I support, and if you don't know already, I actually support Ipswich Town. If you don't know that now, I'm sure you will in future videos when you just see me rocking random Ipswich gear in the videos. Question from Mark, who asks, what's your dream club to play for? Well, I'd have to say Ipswich after the last question, but it would have to be Ipswich and getting them to the Premier League as well. If we were playing in the Premier League with Ipswich, that'd be the dream. Question from Joshua, what's your best advice going into a trial? For me, there's no secret, it's all just in the preparation. If you're confident because you've prepared well in the last weeks, months, days, whatever, if you're prepared, then you're going to be confident and you're going to be raring to go, and then I think you can perform the best in the trial and just play your natural game and just express yourself. So for me, it's just having confidence in your preparation and making sure you do all the hard work before the trial is even there. Question from Carlos, what's your favourite pre-match meal? If you watch any of my game day vlogs, you'll notice I always eat the same meal before my game, and that is always chicken, sweet potato, broccoli and peas. And I'll always have that with a little bit of Nando's medium sauce as well. So that is my favourite pre-match meal. Great question here, and it is, how did you recover from being released from Hereford? So for me, when I was younger and when I got released, my mentality was just to prove everyone wrong really. I got told I wasn't good enough, and my attitude was, well, I'm going to show you. The fact that people didn't believe in me just made me even more motivated and just fueled the fire really. So yeah, I was just motivated because I wanted to prove people wrong. A couple of questions here about, do you play FIFA? I actually used to play a lot of FIFA, but recently I actually sold my Xbox, which I used to play it on, so I don't really play much anymore, but yeah, I used to play quite a lot of FIFA. Question here, are you a natural centre-back or have you played other positions? So up until the beginning of my under-18 season, I'd always played centre-mid throughout my whole career. And then last year, when I was playing for the Hereford under-18s, I transitioned back to centre-back. And now I actually feel like it is my natural position, even though I haven't been playing there my whole career. So yeah, now I would say centre-back is my natural position. Question from Dan, how do you keep motivated to train and keep posting YouTube videos? So for this one, I would say training-wise, it sounds a bit cringy, but I actually just love the process of just improving and getting better. For me, I just love seeing myself improve and get better on a day-to-day basis. That's why I just love individual training. So yeah, that's how I stay motivated, because I just enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, there's days where I don't feel like it, but it's all about being disciplined. But I always think that difference is when you can drag yourself through a session when you're not feeling up for it. And in terms of YouTube videos, I honestly just enjoy making them. So yeah, there's not really any motivation needed for that. It's just a hobby of mine, and I just love making videos. We got a great question here, and it asks, how much improvement have I seen since the first lockdown? So obviously when we went into the first lockdown in March, from that March all the way to about August, September, when I started back up for pre-season with Hereford for the 2021 season, there's a massive change, honestly. The amount of training I did, I was literally training every day, I'm not even joking. Like, I had nothing else to do really, because obviously we were stuck at home, so I would literally go out, get all my training done in the morning, do a gym session in the morning as well, and then I could literally just chill out in the afternoon, do my own thing. Sometimes I train in the afternoon as well, but yeah, I trained so much during lockdown because I was so determined. Because I knew I had the opportunity to trial with the first team in pre-season, I just wanted to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. So I was so motivated and I was training all the time. So I'd say, yeah, massive improvement. Probably the biggest jump up I've had in my youth career, I would say, over that probably 6 month spell. Got a question here saying, what is your best footballing memory? So I'd have to sort of pick between two different memories. So I'd say the FA Youth Cup run I had with the under-18s team last year at Hereford. We got through 4 rounds and got to the first round proper, where we played against Portsmouth at Fratton Park. I had some great games in there as well. I had a man of the match against Evesham, and I also scored in the penalty shootout in the round just before the one against Portsmouth. So yeah, that was an amazing memory, just for the fact that it was such a team spirit, like we was all buzzing off it as well. So that was a really good footballing memory. And then I'd also say in pre-season, getting to captain the first team, that was a great honour for me, and I'd say one of my best memories so far to date. Next question we've got here is, do you have an agent? And no, I currently don't have an agent. Great question from Joe is, how do you adapt to the speed of play as you get higher up the leagues? And honestly, I think it just comes with practice and individual practice as well. The more you're in that environment with the higher speed of play, the more you get used to it. And then also, along with that, the individual practice you do, practicing your touch, passing, I would say that helps just improve you as a player, which therefore helps you when you're playing in a higher speed of play. I've got used to it so much more. I've still got a long way to go and a lot better to get. But just going from that transition from under-18 football to first team football was a big jump up in speed of play, and just being in that environment for a longer period of time, I've slowly got better. There's such a long way I need to go more, but for now I've got improved quite a lot, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Question from Javier, who was your inspiration to start your YouTube channel? So I think I've answered this question before, but I used to watch Become Elite, who I've actually made a video about before, training like him for 24 hours. He's the GOAT of YouTube football, trust me. 400,000 subscribers he's got now, and the amount of good content he puts out is a joke. He was the main inspiration in me starting up my own channel. Next one, tips for confidence on the pitch. This is similar to the one I had earlier about confidence for a trial. So for me, I have the most confidence when I've prepared properly and I've done everything I can up to that game day to get ready for the game and to be prepared. If I know I've done everything I can, then I'm just confident, I'm raring to go, because I know if I don't have a great game, there's nothing I could have done about it. I've done everything I could up to that point. Whereas if I haven't prepared properly, then I know it's my fault. So yeah, if I prepare properly all day, all week, all month leading up to that game, I'm confident and I'm raring to go on the game day. A great question here, and they ask, what was your feeling like when you first stepped onto the pitch for your first professional game? Honestly, I was just buzzing. It was a really proud moment for me and my family, obviously being for my local club as well, and to make my first appearance at the age of 18, just over the moon really, and I just couldn't wait to get on there. If Barcelona wanted you and Ipswich wanted you, who would you go to? And also love the videos. Firstly, thank you, I really appreciate your support on the videos, and for me, as much as I love Ipswich, if Barcelona wanted me, there's only one place I'm going. Next question here, and we had quite a few of these. What are your goals for 2021? My main aim is more of a short-term one, and that is to get some league minutes under my belt for Hereford FC, and then moving on to a bit more of a long-term one. I'd love to sign a new contract in the summer, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Question from Mika, can you imagine yourself playing in another country if it's for a higher division team? And yes, definitely, I can imagine playing in another country, but that wouldn't be a forced move unless something came about where I had contacts there, or where there was an opportunity where they already wanted me. I would really love the opportunity to explore another country and try playing football in another country as well. But yeah, we'll just see what happens, see where football takes us, and you never know, I could be playing in Barcelona one day. So the next question is the best player you've played with and against. So the best player I've played against has got to be probably Josh Sheehan for Newport. We played Newport in pre-season. He's a great player, plays in League 2, and I think he also made his Welsh international debut recently as well. I think he might have played against England, to be fair. So yeah, Welsh international Josh Sheehan. And then the best player I've played with, I'd have to say, from trying to defend against him in training, it's got to be Lenny John Lewis. He's our striker for Hereford, and he's a handful to defend against in training, so I'd have to say him. Next question is tips for any inspiring content creator. And there's one main tip from me, and it is just consistency. If you can stay consistent for a long period of time producing good content, then anything can happen, trust me. Next question, and I had a few of these as well. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years' time, I'm hoping that I've moved up the football pyramid. I have big goals in the next couple of years, and I hope to see myself in the Football League within 5 years. By that time, I'll be 23, and if I keep working hard, then anything can happen. 2 years ago, I was 16 playing in the 12th tier of English football, to now at 18 playing in the 6th tier of English football. By the time I'm 23, I'm hoping to have achieved even more. I've got big goals and I'm working hard every day to make them happen. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. Great question here from Alfie. Do you ever think you're going to coaching one day? I could definitely see myself doing a sort of coaching role in the future. It would really depend what opportunities came my way. I could definitely see myself as a manager in the future. I think I have decent characteristics for that sort of role. But that's a long way off, fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. You never know. Toby Raison the manager. Imagine vlogs as a manager, that would be a bit different, wouldn't it? If you were getting a bit of stick from the fans, you would be in trouble. Great question here from Felix. What's your favourite thing about football? And I would say for that one, it's just got to be that winning feeling. When you win as a team, it's just, there's no other buzz like it really, and you've just all worked so hard for each other and you just come away with a victory. There's nothing like it, is there? Especially like a cup final victory or something like that. And also especially in front of fans as well. If you've got that winning feeling in front of fans, that buzz, I just don't think it can be matched. Advice for dealing with setbacks. Like I said in my video that I made a couple of weeks ago about my football journey, minor setbacks pave the way for major comeback, and I really do believe in that quote. Picture whenever you've got a little setback, or even if it's a big setback, just think that it's paving the way for a brand new opportunity. And also, if you can stay positive and just look forward to the future, just think of how far you will have come from that setback to that improvement in the future. So I would say stay positive, work hard and improve, and you'll get more opportunities come your way in the future. Next question, best technical player at Hereford. We've got so many good technical players. I'd have to say some of the wingers and midfielders. Tomo and Evans, great technical player. James McQuilkin, he's always messing me up in training with his little skill moves, so yeah, he's a great technical player. And also Giles Coke as well, great first touch. And then Chris Camwell can hit a dive for fun. So I'd say they're some of our best technical players, but there's so many to name, I can't name them all. Great question here from Charlie, who asked, does it ever sink in that you're a professional footballer, and sometimes do you just think about it? Sometimes to look back and see how far I've come, it is a bit mad. But I try not to. I think complacency is the biggest killer of success. So if you think about things too much, then I think it can really hurt you. But I think it's good to see how far you come and be pleased but not satisfied. I think there's a quote saying like, be happy but not satisfied, and that's really what I live by. I'm so pleased with how far I've come, but I'm not content. There's so much more I want to achieve. And to do that, I need to keep working hard. So yeah, keep working hard, and then I'll see where it takes me. Question here, are you happy so far? Similar to that last question, yeah, I'm really happy, but at the same time, I'm not satisfied. There's so much more I want to achieve in football, and I'm really eager to chase after those dreams and work hard to get there. Question here, what is the best team that you've played against? Newport in pre-season, they're a League 2 side in England, so 4th division. Also TNS, they're a Welsh Premier League team. And they also play in the Europa League qualifiers. They was a really good team. And then lastly, I'd have to say Solihull Moors. They're in the league above Hereford. They're in the 5th division of English football, and we played them twice in pre-season as well. So they're some of the best teams I've played against. Question here, was I doing a BTEC while I was at the academy at Hereford? And that's no, because the Hereford academy wasn't actually full time. It was only training a couple of times a week, and then also matches midweek as well. So it wasn't like a full-time academy where you're in every single day doing your schoolwork as well. It was literally just a football academy. Great question here from Alex, who asks, do you believe that the Bulls can get back to League 2? And yeah, definitely. This club is a massive club. The fan base and the size of the club, does not belong in the Vanarama National North. So fingers crossed, if we can get a good run together over the next couple of years, we can get back up to that Football League, and that's a big goal of mine as well. I'd love to see Hereford back in the Football League. So yeah, fingers crossed, and hopefully we can make that happen for the fans and for us as players as well. Great question here from James, who asked, what's the favourite pair of boots you've ever worn? And you know what, it's a bit of a mad one, but back in the day when I was literally like, must have been like 6 or 7, I had these pair of Mercurials, yeah, Ronaldo wore them, and I remember wearing them, and they was literally, I was so buzzing. They were the best things I ever bought. I'll try and find a photo for you. There was these little like shiny blue ones with like a yellow tick on them. I can just remember Ronaldo wearing them, and I got a pair of them in Astros when I was younger, and I was so buzzing. So I'd have to say they're my favourite boots I've ever worn. So Louis asks, what's your favourite player that's not in a centre-back position? And also, thank you for your kind words, Louis. I really appreciate that. So for me, I actually love watching Kevin De Bruyne play. The way he plays and some of the passes he plays are an absolute joke. I'd love to have him in my team, tell you that much. So yeah, he's a massive player that I love watching play. So I'd have to say Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously, that's apart from the absolute GOATs, which are Ronaldo and Messi. Question here from Mario. Are you staying at Hereford FC for the rest of your career, and do you have aspirations of becoming captain? I'd love to spend a lot of time playing at Hereford FC, and if I was there my whole career and we went up the Football League, that would be absolutely massive achievement, and that would literally be a dream come true. So yeah, that would be mental. And also, yeah, I do have hopes of becoming captain in the future. Obviously for me at the moment, as an 18-year-old just trying to break into the first team, that's a long way off at the moment, but obviously it's something that I have my eyes on for the future, and it would be something that would mean a lot to me. However, that is definitely something that I see as a goal for the future. Getting a taste of it in pre-season when I captained the first team in games against Stourbridge and Hales Owen, I got a bit of a taste of what it could be like if I was captain of the club, and that is something I would love to do in the future, and I'm definitely going to work hard to try and make that a possibility. And the last question I've got is, how are you enjoying Hereford right now? I'm loving it at Hereford at the moment, honestly. For my whole career before now, I've been training in evenings, but obviously this year, starting off at Hereford with the first team, we train in the mornings, and I love that feeling of getting up in the morning, going to training in the morning, getting my training session done, going to the gym. So it's the first time I've been able to get a taste of what training in the morning is like, and I've absolutely loved it. And we're on a bit of a roll at the moment with 4 wins on the bounce, so it's a great feeling right now, and the team spirit at the moment is in the next level. So yeah, thank you so much for sending your questions in. Like I said, if you want to be part of the next Q&A and you want to ask me some questions, make sure you go follow my Instagram at Toby Raison. Thank you so much guys for 10,000 subscribers, it really does mean a lot, and we're going to push on now for the 20k mark. Hopefully we'll be there in no time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Also subscribe so we can get towards that 20k goal. And for now, until the next video, peace.